Good evening and welcome to the big show from Eldora Speedway, the 5th annual Dirt Late Model Dream with 100,000 to win. Barry Boyden with Ken Fugit and Brian Lee, and conditions are, the track's in good condition, but
we're not.
It's about 40 degrees, a record low up in the area we're in, as we're at New Weston, Ohio. And we're going to catch you up on what happened last night. New track record, as Bloomquist was in a word awesome. Bloomquist turned a lap in 15.679. And we talked to Scott at a press conference a little bit earlier, and Ken, he's racing number one. And we're nearing the frost temperature, I think, Ken.
Well, I tell you, Barry, it's just about borderline miserable up here. But we will survive. As once this racing gets cranked up, we'll forget all about this cold weather and enjoy some very, very, very good racing here.
Track appears to be extremely quick, especially up high. Talked to some of the drivers, and they prefer not to start down low because the closer you can run here at Eldora to the wall in turns 1, 2, 3, and 4, the better lap times you're going to get.
Of course, the car to look out for in this heat race is the 0 car, Scott Woodward. Anything close to what he was last year last night, he's going to be a tough cat to catch.
Well, Scott had said earlier, I asked him, or he was in a press conference, if he was going to just lay back, take that 19th starting position. He said, well, you know, I'm not going to do anything silly to tear the car up, but I'd like to start a little higher. So I think Scott will get through the field here. Of course, you've got Freddie Smith up there, and Freddie Smith is...
He can make the track very, very, very wide when he wants to. Freddie, one of the toughest in the country, no doubt about it. I'll tell you, the car I was impressed with last night during qualifying was the 7-4 car of Don O'Neill. He was very, very quick, starting right alongside Scott Bloomquist in that row 3. And I got a feel if he's going to give Scott Bloomquist all he wants here tonight in this heat race. Bloomquist will have to go from 6th to 1st to win it. And, of course, the winners of each heat race raced in the Dream, but of course the Dream.
Lights out, Ken. We're going this time.
They're going, and we are ready as the chalk has been laid down. And when they come out of turn 4, 20 of the fastest dirt late models in the country will be taking the green flag and trying to transfer over into the 100,000 to win show here tonight.
We hope you can hear, because you're going to hear a roar here in a moment.
They are off.
Freddie Smith beats them into turn 1. Smith gets through 1 and 2.
Good start as they all get through turn number 2 and headed down the back chute. Smith, there goes him, hit.
They get together.
And hit will be lap number 1.
That one car, Frank Chubb, right there, as Freddie Smith running second behind the hit man. Frank Chubb runs 3rd. Bloomquist has moved up to 5th. Now let's see if he picks him off for 4th. He's running behind Matt Miller.
Freddie Smith having all kinds of trouble as the one car is Chubb Frank, putting all kinds of pressure on him. Of course, there's your top.
Here comes Bloomer for the 4th spot, and he'll pick it up. Car into the wall in turn 1, the 222, Mike Boland.
No caution yet, Barry.
No, he just brought sparks off the wall.
Here comes Bloomer, trying for a turn.
He's all over Frank Chubb now.
See him hit way ahead for the lead. Here comes Bloomquist down low.
Blomquist picks him off. They get together. Blomquist comes out ahead. Chubb slid back underneath him.
Great race. Third and final transfer stop.
What a race for that 3rd spot.
Down low, he may have it. Just a little sideways, and then back up and try it again. And Tim hit now, getting ready to lap car. Ready for fifth second.
If Bloomquist is going to get him, he'll get him down the front straight here going into one. Up on lap traffic as he has just pulled away from the field. It's Tim Hitt, Freddie Smith, and Scott Bloomquist.
Five laps to go.
O'Neill and Chubb Frank got together hard. Don O'Neill really let him know he was there.
Here comes Bloomer after Smith for second. Hanging on to second.
He's going to get him. Coming out of two, I think he'll get him. Yeah, Tim Hitt just checked out. Bloomer made a strong run into three, and he may have him. Freddie's fast down the straight, Ken.
Like I said, he can make a car off the wide, but he's into the wall.
Bloomer into second place now. And Don O'Neill slides into third.
There's one lap to go. Freddie having all kinds of trouble. He's pulling up.
It's going to be Tim Hitt, Scott Bloomquist, Don O'Neill. The 90 car was a lap down. The one car of Chubb Frank. The 71R of Rod Conley.
Last 9-10 in his qualifying.
The problem he may have, though, Ken, is starting on the inside. The inside groove we know is slow. Maybe it will come in a little bit later. It should, but the outside is the place to be.
Well, we'll soon find out as the lights off. The pace truck goes into the infield.
They're coming through three, bunched tightly. Look good coming into four.
They get on the gas. Barnett and Mason. Hurry, they're looking low.
Steve Barnett will get them through 1 and 2.
3 and 4 wide going into number 2. And
But look at Todd Andrews get through that field.
here comes Donnie Moran coming up.
Barnett and Mason, though, are trying to check out. Tony Marks right there with them.
That's the 5M car. Looks a little like the 5-car Ronnie Johnson drives, but that is Tony Marks.
Good battle for first place. Good battle. As running right up there in front is John Mason and Steve Barnett. Tony Marks runs third, Eddie Carrier Sr. fourth, Donnie Moran is fifth. Moran needs to get through the field and get through quickly.
Carrier trying to move up on the 5-car. Good battle for the lead.
He needs to hold Moran off also.
Mason and Barnett.
Steve Barnett is hooked up.
Barnett's a tough one, but John Mason right on his bumper. Tony Marks.
Eddie Carrier Sr. giving nothing.
In a transfer spot.
Moran trying to run high, extremely high through 3 and 4. It's still Steve Barnett, John Mason, the 5M car of Tony Marks, Eddie Carrier Sr., Donnie Moran, and a struggle on back through the field as Jimmy Mars having a lot of trouble getting through. Caution on the back straight.
That's the 24 car of A.G. Vineyard.
So Vineyard out of control on the back straight, smacks the wall. And let's see if he can get it refired.
Let's give you a quick rundown now. Steve Barnett in first, John Mason in second, and third,
Tony Marks.
Tony Marks in that 5 car. Very impressive run for that young man.
Eddie Carrier Sr.
is fourth, fifth is Donnie Moran, and sixth is
Clint Smith. Clint Smith has moved ahead of Jimmy Mars. So Jimmy Mars, last year's winner, may have trouble getting in here.
You never know.
Push trucks out, and we should have H.E. I think we may get the green next time around.
The 24 car off, and they've given one to go, so green light racing next time under.
Steve Barnett will start them.
Barnett, Mason, and Tony Marks are top 3 at this time.
You may see guys like Donnie Moran, Jimmy Mars, Rick Auckland push down into Concy's.
Right. There'll also be a C main tonight and a B main.
What we'll do is
a couple of people, a last chance to make it, but right now we are concentrating on heat race number 2. Steve Barnett, John Mason up front.
Barnett better get to John because right on him is Mason.
Right on him. Eddie Carrier down low, and it may cost him as Moran gets around him. Eddie Carrier Sr.
Mistake there.
All out effort.
He's coming back on him. Now Donnie Moran is after the 5M car off Tony Marks, but he's trying to hold off Eddie Carrier Sr. They run side by side out of 4.
Jimmy Mars loses a lot of positions also.
Donnie Moran still has to pick off Marks.
To get a transfer spot. Of course, he might could go in on his last half.
He may have him here.
Marks not giving him any room.
Look at Rick Auckland.
Move it up. Auckland moving up now.
Marks not making it easy for Moran.
Caution. Sean Holliday into the pit.
Sean hits the wall hard between turn 1 and 2 to bring out the caution.
Sean Holliday in the 66 car running in the back of the pack and kissing the wall here at Eldora. And a lot of cars have got their Eldora straps.
Barnett cannot allow John Mason to get the jump he got last time, because when he does, he's going to bring Marks and Moran with him.
That's right. And Moran, Eddie Carrier really gave it an all-out effort when he lost 4th there. If that would have worked for him, he would have got by and got into a transfer spot as he went low on the 5 car. Marks, Tony Marks that is, and it really cost him as he also lost the 4th spot. He's back in the 5th now.
Things happen so fastly here at Eldora, so while we're getting this one off the track, let me run down heat race number 3. We'll get time to get part of it in. On the pole will be Brian Berghofer in the 15. Roger Best comes off in the 84. Rick Eckert in the Ray Vest 24 car. Ray Cook in the 53. Doug McCammon in the 92. Darrell Lanigan from Union, Kentucky in the 29. Bill Fry in the 66. John Lawhorn in the 4. Jerry Bowersock in the 11. Jackie Boggs in the 4B. R.J. Conley, the 71C. Earl Pearson Jr. in the 46. Flintstone Flyer Mike Duvall in the F1. Roger Barrows in the 53. Sammy Holcomb in the 1. Mark Barber the 00. Donnie Barnhart in the 11. Kevin Weaver in the B12. Troy Green in the 7B. And Steve Casebold in the C9. So one more lap around here in heat race number 2. We should be ready to go.
They'll give them the 1 to go signal this time over. They do. They give them the 1 to go. So Barnett, Mason, and Mark trying to hold on to a transfer spot. And
of course, in your first race, the transfer spot, Tim Hitt,
Scott Bloomquist,
and
Don O'Neill.
Don O'Neill in the 71 came through.
3 more out of this one, and the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th spots will go over into the Conti. So you really got to move up, finish in the top 7 to have a crack at them.
Again, a tough break for Freddie Smith.
Don't know where that puts Freddie. He may not even finish good enough to get into the C main.
John Holliday, boy, that car's torn up.
We're done bad. Here we go.
Again, he held Mason off.
Not bad. He gives the high side to Donnie Moran, and Moran really took advantage of it.
That is going to cost him. Eddie Carrier running down awfully low. Eddie Carrier.
Look at Austin go after Carrier.
Donnie Moran, though, is going after that second spot as he is closing in on John Mason. That allows Steve Barnett to get away.
Now the cars are getting pretty well strung out. Steve Barnett,
Moran has his eyes set on, and he may have second. Down the back straight, into 3, side by side.
Is not giving an inch, and he's going to hold him on.
Racing John Mason holding on to second. Moran still working for that second spot. Rick Auckland doing everything he can to get around Eddie Carrier Sr. He's went high-low. White flag for Barnett. So your transfer spots will go to Barnett, John Mason, and Donnie Moran. Coming home 5th will be Tony Mark, and 6th, Rick Auckland, 7th, Eddie Carrier Sr. But the important transfer spots go to John Mason, Donnie Moran, and Steve Barnett. The slide moved by Ray Cook, though, underneath, as he slid into second spot.
Jackie Boggs hits the wall here on the front stretch.
Oh, boy, we've got a bad one here.
Cars. The 18 car, Brandon Kinzer, got in this heat.
As an alternate, and he was caught up, and Kinzer caught up in the crash in turn 1, as he did make the field as an alternate. It's the
7B car, Troy Green.
7B, Troy Green is in this race. Tough break as he was on the alternate list, and of course didn't make the cut last night, ran in the non-qualifier. But cars, if they do leave, then you can make it via the alternate list, which Brandon Kinzer did, and he's caught up in a crash in turn 3 that wasn't of his doing, Ken. It looked to me as if the 53 got sideways, came off the wall in turn 1, collected Green and Kinzer, but both are being put on the hook.
Jackie Boggs passed 4 cars coming out of turn 2 that time. He really moved up. And he kissed the wall. Look here. Watch him now. He's trying to get his steering back. And so the 4B car who kissed the wall here, he was really, really moving.
The best pass I've seen in this race was
53 of Cook.
The 53 of Ray Cook when he slid underneath the 2 cars in turn 2. While we're getting these 2 on the hook, let's take a break, and we'll be right back in about a minute.
No real serious damage, and he walked away, so no problem there. But he did tear his car up a little bit. Well, we're going to get the 1 lap to go this time. I thought it was the last time. They're off. They surprised us all.
Roger Best will take them into turn 1. Roger Best, Ray Cook closing on him.
Ray Cook, and then the 15 car of Brian Brickhofer, and the 24 car of Rick Eckert. And Lanigan putting all kinds of pressure on him now.
Brickhofer running that high line. And Eckert slipped coming out of the 2, so shooting underneath him is Darrell Lanigan. They get together.
And
Eckert
goes
back
into the wall.
hard.
And the 4 car, Fry gets into it. And Rick Eckert into the wall. Lanigan put the slide move on him. He cut him off just a little bit short and tagged the front end of him, which put him into the wall. Lanigan kept going. He'll be in 4th now. But your leader is still the 84 car, Roger Best. The 53 of Ray Cook right there in 2nd. And 3rd, the 15 car of Brian Brickhofer.
Jackie Boggs up to 5th now.
But Boggs is having some serious steering problems, Barry. He is all over the track. He, once again, on the 2nd lap here of this heat race, Jackie Boggs in the 4B car brushed the front stretch wall here, and it's really costed him a possible transfer spot. He'll be lucky to hold on for a Conti spot, Barry, as he is all over the track.
Tough break for my old buddy Rick Eckert.
Eckert having serious problems as he started 3rd, and this will probably do him. He may...
I don't think they can repair that car, Ken, if he does get a shot.
Right now, one of the fast qualifiers that are in is the 28 car Jimmy Mars, as he didn't make it through the heat. So let's look back now and see who's the possibility. Lanigan is 3rd fastest. Steve Francis 4th. Wade Knowles, Skip Arp, Don O'Neill, Donnie Moran. Right now it falls to the 29 car of Darrell Lanigan, who is up in 4th. So if he don't make...
Bill Fry's car, the 66, a lot of cosmetic damage on that car to the right side as he just brushed the high banks here at Eldora.
Once again, Barry, let's explain to him about the 2 fastest qualifiers that don't make it through the heat races. The 2 fastest qualifiers that don't make it through the heat races guaranteed a starting spot, and that would be the 19th and 20th spot. So right now, Jimmy Mars will be starting 19th.
Yeah, for you.
That's featured.
Just right across from us too, Ken. For the Brandon Kinzer fans, he's riding on his car, as a matter of fact, as it's on the hook over in the pits. Tore up pretty badly, but Brandon, he's fine. No problem there. Just a destroyed race car.
So they're about to get the 24 car of Rick Eckert off of the track, pulling him into the pits as we're speaking. Has to be one disappointment as Lanigan, once again, Lanigan went under him.
Well, you can tell by the expression, look straight across from us in the pits too, that Brandon's disgusted. Big disappointment for him too, and I would say Darrell Lanigan or Rick Eckert's finished.
Rick Eckert's finished for the night as he won't even make.
Yeah, look at the steering on that car.
Yeah.
We've got 5 laps down.
10 to go, and one of the better heat races of the night, no doubt about it. Very close racing.
Well, these guys are banging. Of course, heat races, they always do.
Yeah.
That's the reason we wanted to bring you the heat races from Eldora. It's as good as the feature, folks.
Roger Best, a regular at Volunteer Speedway down in Bulls Gap, Tennessee. Come up here. He don't come up here at Eldora a whole lot, and his first time up here is really making a good showing. Leading heat race number 3, Ray Cook 2nd. 3rd is the 15 of Brickhofer. Right behind them, the 29 of Lanigan looking to move up.
Lanigan will get
there. I think.
Jackie Boggs still looking to run high, tries to go low. He needs to start picking cars off. We're 1/3 of the way through. He's moved into that 5th spot.
Fry gets into the wall and backs out of it and keeps it going though.
Bill Fry already had some damage to the right side of that car. He's rushing the wall.
Ray Cook now goes up under the 84 car of Best, and Roger Best.
Cook picks him off.
Gets second, and Ray Cook, your new leader.
Look coming on Burkhofer. Lanigan.
Brian Brickhofer, the 15 car. That's the 3rd and final transfer spot. Lanigan gets up beside of him, puts a slide move on him. He's in the 3rd.
I didn't think, and he tapped the 84 car off Roger Best just to let him know he's back there.
So now the running order is Ray Cook, Roger Best, and Darrell Lanigan.
Lanigan looking for 2nd.
Halfway through, he raced number 3. Jackie Boggs slowly loses spots. He's lost one to the 92 car, Doug McCameron.
He got into the wall
about
again.
to lose to the 11 car, Jerry Bowersock.
He slapped the wall over in turn 2.
Ray Cook is checked out here. Got a big lead here in heat race number 3.
Again, Darrell Lanigan, boy, he tapped Roger Best down in turn 2 pretty
He's
hard.
a little bit faster. He's going to go on the high side of him. He may have it.
He blew by him.
On the outside here, and Lanigan up to 2nd now.
Burkhofer may be gaining on Best for that 3rd spot, but shooting low, look, coming through. As Burkhofer slides back, the 92 car of Doug McCammon.
That put him up in the 4th, and he'll be challenging the 84 car of Roger Best for that 3rd and final transfer spot now. Yellow flag, the 71 car of R.J. Conley.
R.J. Conley smacks the wall between 1 and 2, keeps it moving, so this will be very brief. As R.J. Conley has the car moving.
Let's give you the running order. Very, very loud up here. I hope everyone can hear us all right. The 53 car of Ray Cook. 29 of Darrell Lanigan, 2nd, 3rd, the 84 of Roger Best, the 92 of Doug McCameron, 4th, 5th, the 15 of Brian Brickhofer, and 6th is the 11 car of Jerry Bowersock. Jackie Boggs running in 7th.
Jackie Boggs has brushed the wall 3 times. His last lap, he hit the wall hard coming out of 2.
And that B12 car in 8th, that's Kevin Weaver, really fighting his way up. He started in row number 9.
We commented about that. Very unusual for Weaver to be back that far. Like that, we're going.
And they're on. Lanigan now looks high on Ray Cook. And he may have him going down the back chute, but Ray Cook won't give in.
Look at that battle for 3rd as they are piling
He's going
up.
to have him coming out of turn 4.
Lanigan gets Cook on the high side. Lanigan the leader.
92 car, Doug McCameron into 3rd.
Again, Boggs slaps the wall coming out of 2, but Darrell Lanigan is hooked on the high side.
Lanigan now checking out on him.
Ray Cook about 10, 15 car lengths behind. Doug McCammon runs 3rd. Brian Burkhofer still 4th. Roger Best has slipped back to 5th.
Bill Fry just kind of sitting still back there. He's not moving up at all. One to go. 1 lap to go.
White flag for Darrell Lanigan. And Ken, that high side is fast.
Absolutely, and they are really using it.
Your winner, Darrell Lanigan, running second, Ray Cook. Finishing third in the 92, Doug McCammon. Brian Burkhofer fourth. Roger Best will be fifth. And the 11 car of Jerry Bowersock will finish sixth. That's going to do it for heat race number 3. Let's take a short break and we'll be right back. This is the Intermountain Sports Network.
Back here at Eldora for heat race number 4. Jeff Taylor and Randall Chupp up front. Row 2, Tony Izzo Jr. and Gary Stuhler. The 2 fastest cars in this field, starting 5th and 6th, is Dale McDowell and Steve Francis. Johnny Johnson and Davey Johnson, no relation, starting in 7th and 8th. Randy Corte and Justin Paxton, 9th and 10th. Billy Moyer, look out for the 21 car.
All the way back in 11.
Starting 12th, Mac Brick, Frank Reber and Dennis Herb, 13th and 14th. 15th and 16th, Troy Vanderveen, and the 38S car, Kenny Pettyjohn. Joe Wright and Barry Bragdon, Steve Hillard and Jason Smith round out the field.
Billy Moyer has some ground to make up, and he'll have to do it quickly, Ken. That's unusual for him to be starting 11th.
Hard to look for in this race, in my opinion.
Lights out.
The 114 of Randall Chupp, extremely quick last night in the qualifying.
Here we go.
He's got the high side.
Randall Chupp
leads him into turn number 1. Fierce battle back in the pack. Cars banging each other, and they get through. They get them straightened out in single file now as they're headed down out of turn 4.
Randall Chupp checking out. Running second is Tony Izzo Jr.
Barry Stuhler, starting 6th, moved up to 3rd already into that transfer spot.
Randall Chupp and Tony Izzo Jr., though, jumping out quickly.
Here comes Billy Moyer up through the field. Really moving up. Keep an eye on him for you. Randall Chupp, Tony Izzo Jr., and Gary Stuhler, 1, 2, and 3.
Chupp with about a 20-car length lead as he comes out of 4. Good battle for 3rd, side by side, Ken, and Stevie Francis and Gary Stuhler.
And boy, that ought to be a good battle all night. That's the last and final transfer spot.
As Francis shoots low, he's got him.
Got it. He put that slide move on it.
Here comes Stuhler back. But Stevie's got that high side, and that seems to be the line you want to be. Dale McDowell trying to get up through the field.
Caution. And that's one thing Randall Chupp didn't want to see.
No, as he had almost a straightaway lead. Randall Chupp did not want to see the yellow fly. I don't see the car.
I believe it's the 14 car of Joe Rice. He pulled up, and he did come into the pit. So apparently the 14 car of Joe Rice bringing out the caution here. So it's Randall Chupp, Tony Izzo Jr., and the 15 of Steve Francis. 1, 2, and 3. 4th, Gary Stuhler. The 17M car of Dale McDowell in 5th.
McDowell looks strong. He was getting through the field.
6th is the 48 car of Davey Johnson. He moved up good. Randy Corte, the 21 of Billy Moyer. Finally sat back there. He is back in 8th spot. Got a long way to go to transfer.
And some good cars to get around. As the car has been pushed into the pit and lights out. Ken, lights out.
We're ready to go. Here goes Chupp.
Boy, Randall had checked out on him.
Track's clear, and no, they're still going to keep it yellow. There's a push truck out there.
He did. The car was off the track. It was in the pit. Push truck was the guy in the push truck didn't go in. Don't see
I don't
that
think
happen.
he wanted to race with them either, Barry.
He should have gotten in there.
I don't think he wanted to race with them.
Now we're going green. Randall Chupp brings them around.
I believe Chupp's made this race 3 times, so Randall Chupp in the 114 car, no stranger to the dream race and running for $100,000. He's never got close to winning it. Maybe tonight may be his night. We'll see.
He seemed to be having a little bit of a handling problem.
Like that, we're ready to go.
Gets a good jump.
Francis trying to move past the 16 car of Izzo.
And he may have him low. Ken, he does.
He may be going too high, though. Let's see.
No, he's up running the same line Randall Chupp is. That's where you want to be.
It's Chupp and Francis 1 and 2 now, followed by the 16 of Izzo, Stuhler, and Dale McDowell.
Stuhler making a move on Izzo.
Here comes Francis after Chupp.
Stevie Francis may have him.
He may not, and he did put the slide move on him there, and Chupp pulls out. Now got about a 10 or 15 car length lead over him.
As we had a car smack the wall down the back straight.
Halfway. And
Francis hits the wall.
He backs it out and keeps it going, but now he'll have trouble hanging on. As, boy, that really messes your steering up. He's already slowing down, as you can see.
He is. Tony Izzo's coming on him. But Stevie's staying with it. Smacked it again, Ken.
Yep. Francis banging her off the wall here on the high banks of Eldora.
Can Steve Francis hang on?
And in the meantime,
I don't think he's going to be able to.
Randall Chupp checking out on the field.
Tony Izzo bearing down, so is Gary Stuhler, Billy Moyer, and Dale McDowell. McDowell just got around Moyer.
No, Moyer just got around McDowell and Moyer.
They swapped.
They swapped leads. Moyer's back. Moyer about to move up, starting all the way back in 11th. He's up to field right now.
Right behind Gary Stuhler. Here he comes, trying to go low on Stuhler. Out of 4, he's got him.
And if the 21 car of Moyer can pick off the 16, Moyer's going to get a transfer spot. One of the greatest to ever drive the dirt late model, Billy Moyer.
Just picked him off. I don't see how Steve Francis is holding that second spot.
Moyer up to 3rd now. What a run.
Dale McDowell just put a move on Stuhler, but Gary Stuhler's going to hold him off.
Moyer, I believe, is going to move up to 2nd as he's really gaining on the 15 car.
Watch the 15 car. I don't see how Stevie Francis is keeping that on the track. He's driving on sheer guts right now, Ken.
Randall
White flag next time around.
Let her go. Moyer in the 2nd. Moyer up to 2nd.
Francis out of shape. He straightened it up again.
Well, he's going to be lucky to hold on, but I believe he is, Barry.
What a ride for Steve Francis if he can get that car around.
Coming out of turn 4, there's your winner, Chupp, Moyer, and Francis.
Then the 16 car, Tony Izzo, followed by the 19.
Champions Collect. Racing Champions presents NASCAR's 50th anniversary.
Stroke in the 12S. Kevin Gundaker in the 11 car. Eddie Carrier Jr. starts 15 in the 1 car. Behind him in the 16th spot will be the 01 of Jack Pennington, the 17 of Dan Sturgeon, and Ronnie Fisher Jr. in the 1 car, the 99W of Edwin Whale. Johnny Wheeler behind the wheel of the 1X. And Eddie Carrier Jr. has a long way to go and some good cars to pass. Heat race number 5.
Boy, it'd really be something if that little Eddie could move on up, but I tell you what, it's a tall order for anyone to move up. The two fastest in this one is the 5 car of Ronnie Johnson and the 66 of Wade Knowles.
Ronnie, one of the best at dealing with traffic, so I think he'll get through okay.
Randy Boggs in the B-17 is starting 8th in this one.
Randy Boggs runs this track well, Ken.
Former World 100 winner. He can win here. Well, the light is out. We expect the green flag to fly next time under.
Keep in mind, here from Eldora Speedway, packed house, but also record low temperatures, as it's around 42, 43 degrees.
They're side by side. And Ronnie
wide.
Johnson may have too big of a jump. And he got a big jump.
Ronnie Johnson jumped the start.
Let's see if they black flag him. He got a huge jump up into 3rd. We'll know right here. They're not, no.
They're going to let it stand.
It's good. So it's Patterson. The 18 of is Shannon Babb and Ronnie Johnson in the 5 car.
So Ronnie Johnson wasted no time. He wanted none of staying back there and racing, as he's getting a lot of pressure now from the 87 car, Rex Ritchie.
Boy, cars beating and banging and bouncing off the wall. It's just unbelievable racing up here at Eldora.
Boy, let me tell you, they are really tearing the concrete off the turn.
Patterson is your leader. Shannon Babb is 2nd and Ronnie Johnson 3rd. That's the way they've been running since the
Rex Ritchie running 4th.
drop of the green flag.
Jackie Boggs, or Randy Boggs, just smacked the wall and won.
Well, they bounce them off the wall here like rubber balls. I've never seen nothing come up with it.
Randy Boggs getting desperate.
Going low, going around 1 car.
Maybe too far to go, though. And Ronnie Johnson hit the wall.
All of them bouncing off of it. The line is about as high as you'll see it here at Eldora. I mean, they're running right up against the wall.
There is no cushion down between 1 and 2. Ronnie's still hanging in there in that 3rd spot.
No one making any serious moves. Everyone kind of strung out.
Now there's a move on Chris Patterson.
Shannon Babb
going to tighten things up on him. And Ronnie Johnson may be in for a battle here from Ritchie.
And Ronnie hits the wall hard. Better get him straightened out and try to hang on to 3rd.
Pretty much what we saw Steve Francis do, and I don't think he's going to do it. Rex Ritchie coming hard.
Ritchie all over him. Here's a car into the wall big time. And no caution as they bounced them off the wall. Here goes this fight for the lead. New leader, Shannon Babb in the 18.
He'll clear Patterson. Patterson trying to come back low, and now Ritchie couldn't get Johnson. Can Johnson hold him off for that 3rd spot?
Well, it's going to be close as he's all over him. He's got him right now. Let's see if Johnson can come back down low on it.
Side by side, down the front straight.
Boy, Johnson, one of the great late model drivers in the country. And he's really got his work cut out for him right now. As him and Rex Ritchie running side by side.
Keep in mind, though, Ken, Rex Ritchie up high where you want to be.
Got it. Ritchie finally got around the 5-car Ronnie Johnson. Grab your leader, Chris Patterson, 1 lap to go. And there are going to be some good cars in this constant coming up there.
Absolutely.
Here comes the 18 of Shannon Babb, and he's going to take the checkered flag. Patterson and Rex Ritchie. Ronnie Johnson finished 4th.
That's heat race number 5. We have one more heat race coming up. Let's take a short break, and we'll be right back to set the lineup for heat race number 6. This is the Intermountain Sports Network.
Busy Bee is the name for concrete septic tank sales and service. Serving the Big Sandy and the Tug Valley area since 1969 with concrete septic sales and septic tank pumping services, real estate inspection, and line cleaning with high-pressure sewer jets. Busy Bee uses genuine infiltrator leaching chambers, SB2, a gravelous pipe, and septic infiltrator systems that replace the use of stone in your septic system. Busy Bee strives for same-day service. Call owner and master plumber Bruce Francisco at 432-1233.
Jim's Trucking of Martin, Kentucky, proud sponsor of the Branham Racing Team. It takes a lot of courage and dedication to participate in a sport such as dirt track racing. Jim's Trucking would like to take this opportunity to recognize the effort and hard work of Jim and Harry Branham, drivers of the number 14 and number 44 modified, and to encourage fans everywhere who love the sport of racing to support their favorite drivers and keep the spirit alive. Welcome back to the Intermountain Sports Network. Barry Boyd, Ken Fugit, and Brian Lee from the high banks of Eldora. Heat race number 6. Starting on the pole will be the 10A of Audie McWilliam, the 32 of Bob Pierce. Starting 3rd will be the favorite son of Prestonsburg, Paul Harris in the 10 car, Dan Schlipper in the S9, Bart Hartman 75, and we're off. Paul Harris got off to a bad start, but he is trying to, he's down low. That's not where you want to be.
He's going to get passed by 1 car, if not 2 right here.
You need to get up there high, Paul.
And the leader is
Caution's on.
Caution.
Caution.
Let's see. That's somewhat of a break for Harris.
Yeah.
The 32 car of Bob Pierce was going to be able to lead that lap. Audie McWilliams, that's the row 1.
Okay, we'd run it down to Dan Schlipper, the S9. Bart Hartman, Skip Harp, Eddie Rickman, Curtis Roberts, Terry Phillips, Shane Yoder, Scott Hartley, Bob Holman, the Cowboy John Gill, who is now running as a teammate to Billy Moyer with the 21 team, the GBS racing team, Bazooka, 21G.
We're ready to go.
Blackjack Boggs in this one also.
Yeah, look for him to move up. Here they go again. And they're all over the track. As
they're going to get through 1 and 2 this time, though.
Pierce leads it, Audie McWilliams and Skip Hart.
If Harris can shake loose from that pack, but he gets out of shape coming out of 3.
Gets into the wall a little bit. He backs it off. They car Shane Yoder put the slide move on him. He gets around it.
He's going to let those leading cars get away from him.
They're gone, Barry, as Bob Pierce is checking out on them. Audie McWilliams and Skip Hart, and there's Bart Hartman in 4th.
Oh, really battling with the 27 car Bob Pullman. He clears him.
And Harris hits the wall
again.
Hard. He keeps it going, but 2 or 3 more cars just got around it, including the Terry Phillips and John Gill.
We got a car into the wall over in turn 2. Still doesn't bring out a caution.
They still keep it going. That's Skip Hart. Your second place car.
One of the favorites.
And that's going to bring out a caution. Jack Boggs somewhat moved up a little bit. He is in 10th spot after
Skip's
starting.
got a left rear to cut down, Ken.
Yeah, he'll have to get into the pits. And they won't wait on you here. They don't give you no courtesy laps.
No, he's got a left rear cut down.
Doubtful if he'll be able to make get back in and in time as Okay, let's give you a quick rundown here. Bob Pierce in the 32 car is your leader. Audie McWilliams in second. Third, the 75 of Hartman. The 9 car of Curtis Roberts all the way up to 4th. 5th is the 8 car of Shane Yoder. He's moved up from 10th. Then it's Bob Pullman in the 27. Paul Harris back to 9th. John Gill 8th. Harris 9th. And 10th is Jack Boggs. Black Jack Boggs up to 10th after starting 15th. Lights out. We're ready to go again.
You're going to see some banging now.
Yeah, too many cars close together. Too many of them wanting to. Here comes
Boggs past 3 cars.
Boggs absolutely takes no pressure.
On the restart, he passed 3 cars.
I think they're gonna let it stand though. Here comes Jack Boggs. Bob Pierce still leading them. Pierce and Gill running side by side. What a battle.
John Gill
gets sideways, but
John Gill just took a spot away from Jack Boggs.
Shane Yoder all the way up.
Oh, Harris hits the wall hard. Paul Harris hard into the turn 1 wall.
That probably do it for the night for Harris. So what about that 8th car of Shane Yoder? All the way up to 2nd from 10th.
So Harris is going to make it back to the pits, but he
pulls up.
Driver's safe, but he really smacked that concrete wall hard in turn 1.
Well, I tell you, Barry, this is just absolutely the toughest place to drive ever was.
Hey, if you ever want to say a track too tough to tame, this is it.
Oh man, it's just absolutely phenomenal. The cars that come up here, and Paul Harris, one of the best drivers in Eastern Kentucky, and just absolutely has no luck whatsoever up here.
Paul had a super qualifying run.
Shane Yoder, now they're putting him back to 3rd, but boy, I tell you what, I'm impressed with the run of that young man.
Jack Boggs needed that caution.
Yeah, Boggs could pick him off on the restart, especially if they let him start like he did. He passed.
If they let him stand like that,
2 or 3 cars there
3.
before they even started the race, and they let it stand. He's up to 8th now, so he passed 2 cars. Well, he actually had a couple more pass there, but they reverted back to the last completed lap and took a couple of them away from him. Bob Pierce, the tall, cool one from Danville, Illinois, is your leader.
A little bit odd to see the Cowboy in that 21G running as a teammate to Billy Moyer.
Somewhat, but I was talking to him down in the pits a little earlier, and he indicated somewhat that it's probably just a one-race deal. As the caution light should go out this time. No. Well, the track appears to be clear.
Wendell Wallace, the Batesville Bullet, he's had trouble this weekend too.
Yeah,
so we've seen some big name drivers with problems here this weekend.
having trouble getting one car in the spot.
They just flashed the number for him.
Yeah. Still don't know which car it is that's out of shape, or out of position, rather. And I think I've seen a couple of cars.
They put one in front of Boggs.
Yeah.
The 75.
Maybe the 75 of Terry Phillips.
Terry Phillips.
Up from Mississippi running. Tell you what, that 8 car, I tell you what.
Still not satisfied. He's going to rearrange the lineup this time around.
Rarity here to see them have much of a problem getting everyone lined up.
First time I've ever seen them tell them twice. So this, I'm sure, is the last time.
Completely missed
it. It is Blackjack.
And I think they're going to put a couple of cars in front of him.
The 5 car.
They may be putting Jack to the back of the pack for passing.
Jay Johnson
So
just moved ahead of him.
And Johnson started in 16th.
Well, Jay Johnson is the car they motioned around. And Blackjack still didn't get in line, Ken.
I think he's going to go all the way back around, come around here and talk to the track official standing down here. I think that's what he wants to do. And he's going to stop and ask him. He's going to pull up here now, and he's going to tell him exactly where to go. I'm still most impressed with the 8 car of Shane Yoder, a young man that's only run up here the last couple of years.
So about 5 seconds, Blackjack gets the explanation, and he'll fall in. Let's
behind
see.
The 7 car. That's the 7 car of Tony Carden.
The 7 in, Tony Carden.
Put him back to 11th. That don't make a whole lot of sense, Barry, because he had passed a couple of cars. I think they may have penalized him, actually, for jumping the start the last time. But Jack Boggs accepts it. He has fallen in behind the 7 car of Tony Carden.
Well, there's 2 or 3, maybe 4 cars there that he'll pick off. Well, 3 cars he'll pick off fairly quick, I believe.
John Gill up to 7th, another good run. He started 13th. Well, there's some cars really moving up here that you really wouldn't expect. So right now the transfers are Bob Pierce, Bart Hartman, and Shane Yoder. Top 3.
The Bart man, no surprise, up in 2nd spot.
And no surprise for the 32 car of Bob Pierce either. As
Ken, what we want to keep in mind here, too, is the winner of this heat will start on the pole in the feature.
Absolutely. Whoever wins it is the pole position winner. And Bob Pierce has got his eyes set on that. Pierce leads them under. Yoder the 2nd. Hartman 3rd.
Then it's a scramble.
And then back in the pack, it's anybody's game as John Gill picks off 2 more cars. He is up to
John Gill is coming to the front.
He's up to 5th. John Gill kind of running the low line and making it work for him, Barry.
First car we've seen tonight that could run down low.
Pierce checking out on him now.
Boggs hits the wall in turn 3. That right rear panel crushed.
Bob Pierce, Shane Yoder, Bart Hartman, the 9 car of Curtis Roberts, and John Gill. That's your top 5.
John Gill still has a shot at picking off the 4th and 5th place, or I'm sorry, he's running 6th, Ken, not 5th. He has moved up to 5th and looking for 4th.
As he's going to slide under the 9-car Roberts, and he's going to make it work.
This could put him in a transfer if he picks off Bart Hartman.
John Gill up to 4th. Now got his eyes set on the 75 car of Bart Hartman, your 3rd and final transfer spot.
And as you say, the Bart man is a tough cat to get around.
And Gill's gaining on him. That's the race right there. Gill is gaining on him.
White flag next time around.
Gill's going to have one shot at him, Barry, as Pierce takes the white flag.
Gill makes his run.
He'll give the slide move on him. Going into 3 right here. Here he goes. Watch this slide move now.
He goes low, dips low, real low.
And coming, Pierce your winner. And Yoder and Hartman.
Hartman beats him by half a car length for that 3rd spot. That's going to do it for the 6th heat. So, Ken, I think you have a wrap-up of the cars that have made it into the feature. What we're going to do to all the fans that are with us on the Intermountain Sports Network in the tower, it's going to take a while to figure out the
Let's tell you what, let's give them
so let's just give the cars that we know are in the feature, and we're going to have to break away while the Consi lineups are figured from inside the tower.
Okay, let's start out in heat number 1. It was the 68 car of Tim Hitt, the 0 car of Scott Blumquist, and the 71 car of Don O'Neill. Those 3 did transfer over into the night's 100-lap feature. Heat number 2, winner, the 89 car of Steve Barnett, the 72 car of John Mason, and the 99 car of Donnie Moran. Those 3 as transferred over into tonight's feature. Darrell Lanigan, winner of heat number 3, the 53 car of Ray Cook, the 92 car of Doug McCameron. Those top 3 have transferred. Randall Chuck in the 114, winner of heat number 4, the 21 car of Billy Moyer all the way up from 11th to finish 2nd, and the 15 car of Steve Francis. Those 3 transferred. Heat number 5, and this will be the front row. The 18 car of Shannon Babb will start on the outside of row number 1 in tonight's feature. Chris Patterson.
That's the 5th, Ken. I think the 6th here.
That's outside row 1. Inside will be the 32 car of Bob Pierce.
Right.
The 0 car, Chris Patterson, and the 87 of Rex Ritchie. Those 3 did transfer. And starting on the pole, the 32 car of Bob Pierce, who just won heat race number 6. Yoder all the way up from the 10th spot, finished 2nd, and the 75 car of Bart Hartman. Those 18 cars have made it. The 2 fast qualifiers that didn't make it, so we're going to have 20 of them. Jimmy Mars and Wade Knowles in the 66. Those 2 cars will be started 19th and 20th. So the 29 car, or the 28 car of Jimmy Mars.
He will get in.
He will get in. He is locked in. And the 66 car of Wade Knowles. 20 cars in, 4 to go.
Ken, it's going to take a while from inside the tower to get the lineup set for the consies, and so we need to break away to the studio, and I'm sure that with the action here from Eldora, people are going to bear with us till the scorers get the lineup set and consies ready, and we'll be ready to go for the big show, the feature.
That's right. Just give us a little time, and we'll get this. I know they're going to have a C-main.
We're not doing this now just to get warm.
No, but it's a pretty good excuse to get warm. Folks, it's about 40 degrees up here, and I was telling Earl a little earlier on, this has to be the coldest place in the universe right here. There's no doubt about it, up here on top of this building. But we'll be back. Let's give us about 30, 40 minutes, and if we're not back within, we will cut in and give you an update.
Let's go back to the studios. This is the Intermountain Sports Network. Go. Welcome back to the Intermountain Sports Network for what you've been awaiting. This is it, the Dream 100 feature. Barry Boyd, Ken Puget, Brian Lee. As the Compty has been run, the mains, and the starting field is set, and Ken, some big names aren't going to be in this race.
But Barry, right off the top, two of the biggest names that did not make it. The first annual winner here at the World 100, the 00 car of Freddie Smith, somewhat of a surprise there. He did not make it. And the B4 car of Jack Boggs did not make it. And none of our local, what we would consider local drivers in Eastern Kentucky, did not make it. Steve Francis, probably the closest one, the 50 to Steve Francis. He's one of 4 drivers.
He's out of Ashland, Kentucky, of course.
Yep. So let's go right into the starting lineup. They are lined up on the grid, and they should have green flag racing here in about 5 minutes. But still, with those two big names not making it, we still have a stellar lineup here tonight for the 5th annual Dream 100 laps of racing, paying $100,000 to the winner. And it'll be one of these 24 men here tonight. Starting in, let's start to the back and go forward, starting in row number 12. It's the 19 car of Gary Stuhler and the 21G car of John Gill. Of course, John Gill, a teammate to Billy Moyer Jr. this week. That is row 12 starting lineup. Row number 11, the 16 car of Tony Izzo Jr. and the 5M car of Tony Marks. That'll make up row 11. Those 4 cars also transferred out of the night's B main, and they did go out of the last chance race. The 2 fast qualifiers that did not make the race through heats tonight, the 66 car of Wade Knowles and the 28 car, last year's winner here at Eldora for $100,000, the 28 car from Elkmont, Michigan, Jimmy Mars.
Elkmont, Wisconsin. And I think Jimmy Mars will appreciate now what qualifying means here, because that's the only way he could get in to defend his title.
Outside, row number 9, the 75 car of Stars regular Bart Hartman. And inside number 9, the 87 car from Marengo, Georgia, Rex Ritchie. Starting in row number 8, the 15 car, Steve Francis, and the 8 car, in the 92 car rather, of Doug McCameron. Row number 7, outside the 99 car of Donnie Moran, and inside the 71 car of Don O'Neill.
We better speed it up. We're ready to rumble. Pace cars going out.
They are. A couple of laps to go here. Row number 6, the 8 car of Shane Yoder, and what a great run he put on here tonight in his heat. And the 0 car of Chris Patterson. Row number 5, the 21 car of Billy Moyer Jr., the 53 car of Ray Cook. Row 4, and these are the 72 car of John Mason and the 0 car, sort of a pre-race favorite here, set fast time here last night, a new track record, the 0 car of Scott Bloomquist. And your heat winners, winner of heat number 1, starting outside row number 3, the 68 car, very impressive, the 68 car Tim Hitt.
Of course, Tim out of West Virginia, known as the Hit Man.
Inside row number 3, the 89 car, Steve Barnett, second here last year. Winner of heat number 3, starting outside row number 2 from Union, Kentucky, the 29 car, Darrell Lanigan. And inside row number 2, a regular in all of our books here, former Thunder Ridge track champion, winner of heat number 4, the 114 car of Randall Chuck. And outside row number 1, somewhat of a surprise, 22-year-old, he drives the number 18 car, Shannon Babb. And on the pole, one of the greatest to ever strap himself into a late model, winner of heat number 6 from Danville, Illinois. They call him the tall, cool one, Bob Pierce. There it is, Barry, and it's a good feel in anybody's book.
This could be anyone's race, Ken. The track looks like asphalt. There's been so much rubber put down, it is quick slick.
Typical Eldora Speedway. The rubber's laid down on it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be fast. Look for a lot of passing in turn number 3, putting on that slide move. And one of the greatest at it is no other than the 99 car of Donnie Moran. Look for him to move up through the field. And the 0 car of Scott Bloomquist. But I think the man you need to keep your eye on, who was very, very impressive tonight, and he's starting outside row number 3, the 68 car of Tim Hitt. Very, very impressive here in his heat race.
We talked about him while we were waiting for the lineups to be set, and of course Tim is extremely quick. Chalk being put down in turn 4. We're just seconds away.
Folks, the caution light is out.
We're going.
They're forming. They're getting bumper to bumper, side by side, door handle to door handle.
Pace truck comes off.
The tall, cool one goes into turn number 3. He's side by side.
Right up on him.
With Fab, and coming out of turn 4, we're off. We're running. And Fab shoots out quickly. All cars through turn number 1 and
here
number
comes
2.
Bloomer on the inside.
Watch out for
Make
the
it
0
3 wide.
199 laps away. Shannon Babb leads lap number 1.
They're going through 1 and 2, 3 wide.
Unbelievable racing here at the Dream 100. And here comes the 68 car of Hitt. Moves into 4th.
Cup takes it away. What a battle between Randall Chubb and the Hitt man. Right behind them, Billy Moyer.
21 car of Billy Moyer settled back in the 6th. 7th is the 72 car John Mason. Bloomquist 7th, trying to take it away. Shannon Babb leads.
Darrell Lanigan challenging for that lead right now, Ken. Coming 3 wide out of 4. The big shuffling has been between 1 and 2, but they're coming out of 4, 3 wide.
Here comes Moyer, low on the 68 of Tim Hitt. Moyer trying to move up now.
Getting out of shape, bumping between John Gill and it looked like Gary Stuhler. No damage.
What about the 22-year-old Shannon Babb leading here early on in the Dream 100?
Darrell Lanigan is chasing him down now. Randall Chubb running 4th.
Chubb holding on to his position.
Billy Moyer looking low, working on the Tim Hitt. Shannon Babb is about a straight away from starting to lap cars.
Once again, car selection will be the big thing. As when cars
coming out of 4. Look at what racing we have. Shannon Babb is impressive, Ken, as he has run that same line and made it work.
Holding right onto his position. Darrell Lanigan gaining absolutely nothing on him.
The tall, cool one runs 3rd. Randall Chubb 4th. Billy Moyer 5th.
Shannon Babb will soon be in the lap traffic as he's quickly coming up on the 16-car Tony Izzo. The 66 of Wade Knowles, they're running last right now.
Those are awfully good cars to be putting laps on. They see the leader coming. Once Shannon Babb starts getting through lap traffic, he'll be awfully hard to run down, but Darrell Lanigan right there.
But Lanigan is quickly closing in on him now. Shannon Babb, young and inexperienced. Let's see if he can work this lap traffic.
He's being held up. Lanigan may use the lap cars as a buffer, and he's going low on him. New leader, Darrell Lanigan.
There's your new leader as Lanigan, but here comes Babb back. And
they bump down the front straight, and Babb goes back to the lead.
He actually led that lap, so he's led every lap.
Lanigan now goes back around him to the outside. Closing up is Bob Pierce.
Pierce is in third, and fourth now is the 21 car of Billy Moyer Jr., who just got around the 114 of Randall Chubb.
Tim Hitt runs next, Scott Bloomer and Ray Cook.
Your leader.
Shannon Babb continues to run second. Bob Pierce third. Billy Moyer fourth. Randall Chubb fifth. Then we have
Tim
Hitt, Scott Bloomquist, and Ray Cook. And Bloomquist trying to get around Tim Hitt. Hitt seems to be holding him up.
Caution free so far.
Lanigan coming up on last year's winner, Jimmy Mars, to put him down a lap. Only 2 cars between them, Ken, putting last year's winner down a lap.
It's still Mars, the 18 is Shannon Babb. Then the 32 of Bob Pierce, 21 of Billy Moyer Jr. That's your top 4. Fifth is still Randall Chubb in that 114 car. Tim Hitt, Scott Bloomquist.
Tim Hitt is giving Bloomer all kinds of trouble. Closing up on Lanigan again.
And Billy Moyer is in third now as he's got around the 32 car of Bob Pierce. Moyer moving up through the field.
Right now he looks as if he's the quickest car out there.
Yes, Moyer started in the 10th spot. And has quickly moved up. Lanigan, Babb, Moyer in the third, fourth is Pierce.
Fifth is Randall Chubb.
Sixth is the 68 car of Tim Hitt.
Seventh is Bloomquist. Eighth, Ray Cook.
And that is the 72 car of
John Mason.
Shane Yoder running 10th, and 11th is Chris Patterson.
And now Bloomquist gets up. He nudges Hitt to let him know he's back there. He wants to, and Ray Cook is up on Bloomquist. Bloomquist goes extremely high between 3 and 4. He's having fits, Kim, with that lap traffic.
Yeah, trying every way in the world to get around him. But our leader now coming up on the 89 car is Steve Barnett. Coming out of turn number 4, Darrell Lanigan, still your leader. Babb is in second, but shortly, here goes Billy Moyer.
He'll take second.
Moyer in a second.
Babb with the slide move, can't get back underneath him, pulls up side by side, and Moyer has the advantage.
Never get him, Barry, as Moyer's solidly into second now.
Babb runs third. Pierce fourth. Randall Chuck fifth. Then we still have Tim Hitt in sixth. And Bloomquist seventh. Ray Cook eighth.
Billy Moyer Jr. is going to have to run down the 29 car of Darrell Lanigan.
It looks as if Darrell Lanigan's stepping it up, Ken. He has worked lap traffic to perfection. He's caught them at the right places.
Darrell Lanigan had a lot of good runs up here. It's absolutely to no one's surprise that Lanigan is leading this race. Very, very real experienced guy. Has been up here, probably run up here about 7 or 8 years. From Union, Kentucky, Darrell Lanigan leading the Dream 100.
Of course, Darrell Lanigan has run some bush races. He's run asphalt. He's putting some distance between him and Billy Moyer.
Also 2 lap cars between Lanigan and the second place car of Moyer. Here comes Pierce back now. He's in fourth. Tim is the 114 of Randall Chuck.
Tim Hitt holds on to sixth. Bloomquist still seventh. And Ray Cook still runs eighth. John Mason runs ninth.
The lap's winding down here. So far, we are caution-free. No breaks in the action so far.
Some of these guys really need a caution, Ken, if they're going to catch Darrell Lanigan.
Several of them are, including the second place car of Billy Moyer Jr. Now coming up on the 89 car, Steve Barnett.
He's also coming up on Jimmy Mars and Donnie Moran to put them down a lap.
Donnie Moran, very uncharacteristic of Donnie Moran.
Here comes Lanigan low.
This far back in the pack. Wrong car choice for the 99 car, no doubt about it. As he is absolutely just setting steel back there.
Billy Moyer may be gaining on Lanigan.
I believe he is. He's definitely gaining on him. Moyer.
So is Bob Pierce, the tall, cool one. Randall Chubb coming back. Bloomquist, if he can clear Tim Hitt, I think he has something for him.
I believe he's followed the 68 car Hitt the whole race so far, Barry. He can't get around.
He's looked high, he's looked low, nowhere to go.
Lanigan working the high line to perfection. But look at Moyer right on his bumper.
Mars is going to get around Moran. Moran holds him off.
Right behind them is the 2 leaders, though. Lanigan and Moyer, and they're running bumper to bumper right now. Moyer goes low, looks low.
Moyer may be your new leader.
We got a slower car in front of him. He's going to use the 89 car of Barnett.
As Lanigan holds him off, goes low, uses him as a bumper, and will get an advantage out of 4.
And Moyer's going to lead. Look what a move as Moyer wins. Moyer moves into first.
Slide. He put that slide move on him between a lap car and took the lead.
And I got news for him. As Billy Moyer, if he don't break, he's going to be a hard cat to kick.
Now Darrell Lanigan tries to run him down. Sitting back there in third is Bob Pierce.
Moyer starting 10th, he's in first.
And he is coming up hard on Jimmy Mars and Donnie Moran. You're going to see those 2 cars go down a lap shortly.
Yeah,
as Mars just did.
And Moran's going to be next.
He just picked Jimmy Myers, last year's winner, off. Moran trying to block.
Bloomquist gets sideways.
He saved it. He straightened it up. And down a lap. No, Moran held him off down the front straight.
He won't long though as Moyer goes low. Slides up.
Donnie Moran has been put down a lap.
Here goes Lanigan after him now. And it's clear sailing for the 21 car.
Lanigan gets into the left rear of the 99. He's trying to clear him.
Let's give him a rundown, Barry, as it's Moyer, Darrell Lanigan, the
Bob Pierce
car of Shannon Babb,
then Bob Pierce,
32 of Bob Pierce, Randall Chubb, Tim Hitt, Scott Bloomquist,
Ray Cook,
John Mason.
Everything else just about it, I think, has been lapped. Steve Francis. Steve Francis is your next place car.
Then it's Chris Patterson, the 92 of Doug McCameron, Bart Hartman, Barry Stuhler, John Gill.
Moran holding Lanigan up, allowing Moyer to get away.
Right now, Shane Yoder's the last man on the lead lap.
Lanigan is having a problem clearing Moran. He taps him. Lanigan smacks the wall between 1 and 2. Looks low, and he'll get Moyer down the back straight.
He just flows by Moran.
As now he will go after Moyer. Moran held him up there for 8-10 laps. Look at Bloomquist. He's coming on Hitt. Can't get around him.
Still can't get around the 68 car Tim Hitt. You can't move up if you can't pass the car in front of you. But look what it leads for the 21 car from Batesville, Arkansas, Billy Moyer Jr. got about a straightaway lead now over the 29 car Darrell Lanigan.
Shannon Babb.
Caution free so far, Barry. I don't know how many laps are down. I'm going to say at least 50.
Billy Moyer coming up on some other slower cars.
That's class from the 16 car.
He's put him down 2 laps.
Boy, when Billy Moyer Jr. gets hooked up here at Eldora, he is one tough cat to catch.
Lanigan still in pursuit.
And there Randall Chubb has got by the 32 car of Bob Pierce.
That'll move him up into 4th.
That's right, Randall Chubb is 4th right now.
Pierce runs 5th. And Bloomquist is making his move. He's on the move now, Ken.
He's got around Hitt, and he's got around the lap car of Wade Knowles. And here comes Scott Bloomquist.
If he can catch a caution, we've got a race.
He may not want a caution. He may feel... No, he's about... Billy Moyer's about to put everybody a lap down, though.
You're exactly right, as he has a half-track lead on Bloomquist. But Bloomquist just picked Rich Ritchie off.
That's a lap car.
He's getting through lap cars well now.
Bloomquist is up to 6. And right there's the 4th and 5th place of Chubb and Pierce. And Bloomquist is after them now.
Make no mistake about it, Darrell Lanigan is not out of this race.
He's really closing up on Moyer now, Lanigan is.
That's the call I made. He is right on him, Ken.
As they put down the 8 car, Shane Yoder down the lap. Here comes Darrell Lanigan back.
Lanigan got awfully strong the last 5, 6 laps.
Sort of backed up and let the race come to him, and it's paying off now as he's about 3 car lengths behind the 21 car of Moyer.
He's going to make a move on him, Ken, and 4. He backs off.
Flanagan and Moyer running 1 and 2, and I'm telling you, they're running bumper to bumper.
Now we're getting into some traffic. Let's see whose advantage this plays out to.
Moyer can outrun him in traffic, Barry. Moyer awful tough in traffic.
Just ahead of him, too, is Moyer's teammate, the modern cowboy, John Gill, in the 21G. He's ready to go down a lap. And Don O'Neill, the next car, Don O'Neill, I think, is down 1 now.
Here goes Lanigan low. But Moyer cuts him off.
Right up on that bumper. Randall Chubb still within striking distance. He's about a straightaway back. Anything can happen.
The 18 car is Shannon Bass still running 3rd.
Spin out between 3 and 4. There's a caution.
Wade knows that's the caution everyone needed. That is the caution that everyone needed.
Wade Knowles lost it as the track is black from rubber that's been put down, and he simply got out of shape.
We need to find out how many laps are down, definitely.
As Wade Knowles turns it sideways between 3 and 4. And
be a quick caution, Barry.
Against the wall. He has the car moving. Billy Moyer and Darrell Lanigan, what a battle. Now things are going to get tight as we'll have moving up Randall Chubb. He'll be within striking distance.
66 laps down, Barry.
We've run 66, so we've got 34 remaining.
Going to be a sprint to the end. Moyer leading, Lanigan is 2nd, 3rd. The 18 car is Shannon Babb. He's really hung on tonight. 4th is the 114 car of Randall Chubb.
Bob Pierce.
6th is Scott Bloomquist. 7th, the 68 car Tim Hitt. Ray Cook comes in at 8th. 9th, Chris Patterson. 10th, John Mason. 11th would be the 15 car. No, the 68 car. Check that.
It's the 15.
It's the 15 of Steve Francis. They look a lot alike. And the 92 car of Doug McCameron, Bart Hartman. And I'm not sure after that as
Wade Knowles has gone to the pits as he smacked the wall pretty hard between 3 and 4.
First caution comes on lap 66. Boy, the action fast and furious here. And that's what you get, Barry, when you put professional drivers on a track big and wide and high bank as Eldora is here.
Well, now Billy Moyer is really, he's going to feel some heat now.
I don't know, Barry. A lot of times the guitars will cool off. It takes a while to get them back up to speed, and you just never know. You still got the 0 car of Scott Bloomquist sitting back there, and you can bet that Moyer's worried about him, although he is way back in.
Ken Moyer's used a lot of that car up getting through traffic.
And a lot of it is going to depend on the tire selection here. Lanigan appeared to be getting a lot faster there now.
That's my point. Moyer had to use a lot of that car up to get through the traffic.
But so far, I'm real impressed with the run of the 18 car, Shannon Babb, as he has held on here and is still in the 3rd spot. 4th is Randall Chubb and Bob Pierce 5th. That is your top 5.
We're going this time.
The lights out, and we are 34 laps from the end of a Dream 100.
And a $100,000 payoff for one of these drivers. Moyer starts.
got a real good jump that time, Barry.
Yeah, he's got about a 10-car length lead on Darrell Lanigan. Moran seems to be holding some of the cars up. As Babb is trying to pick him off. I think Billy Moyer may be slowing down a little bit.
We'll soon know as they're back up to speed. Still a lot of lap traffic between the two cars between second and third.
Well, Donnie Moran, now he gets over.
That's Shannon Babb. That is your third place car right there.
Randall Chubb needs to get through now.
Yeah, he's trying to get around the lap car of 28 cars in the 89 of Steve Barnett.
Pierce goes high, and Bloomquist picks him off.
Not yet, as Pierce holds him off. There ain't nobody going to catch Billy Moyer. They just ain't going to catch him, man. He's pulling out now away from the 29 car of Darrell Lanigan.
He's pulled out to about a 25-car length lead now.
Great run for the Arkansas native Billy Moyer Jr.
EBS Bazooka team. He's got almost a straightaway on Lanigan now. As laps are winding down fast.
Very, very quickly. Good straightaway length lead over Lanigan.
Moyer's so smooth through the corners right now.
Shannon Babb still your third place car. Fourth is the 114 of Randall Chubb. Still running fifth is Bob Pierce, and Scott Bloomquist is in sixth.
Bloomquist cannot clear Pierce. He gets a good run on him out of four, but Pierce holds him off down the straight.
Moyer already getting himself back up into lap traffic as he's got the 5-car of Tony Marks inside.
He's coming up on a bunch of lap traffic.
Won't make no difference, Barry. They can't catch him in lap traffic either. Just one tough cat. That's all you can say about it. One tough cookie.
Lanigan, they're holding him up enough for Lanigan to gain on him, but when he gets through, Lanigan has to go through the same traffic.
3-time World 100.
Lanigan may have him.
Lanigan is closed up here as he's got into slower traffic. As
he made a move on him, kid.
Let's see.
He's right there.
Don't count Shannon Babb out. He's close in on him. Shannon Babb in the 18 car.
Shannon Babb is trying to clear Lanigan, and he's not going to be able to do it. Right here is where Lanigan gets a run on Moyer, but he can't make it stick.
There can't be many laps left, Barry. Very few laps left. Let's keep an eye on the flagman and on the top three as they're running bumper to bumper.
And Lanigan's got him.
Moyer's slow.
Caution.
Caution. That's the reason he's slow. That's the reason he's slow.
Into the wall in turn 3. We are going to see a shootout.
We're going to see. They can't be 4 or 5 laps left. Let me find out. For God's sakes, we got to know.
We will have a shootout here with about 4, maybe 5 laps to go as the car is moving, and I believe that may be, let me try to get the number here, that may be the 72 of John Racing Mason.
$80 down, 20 to go.
20 to go, so plenty of time, as that was John Mason that slapped the wall over there, I believe, Ken.
72 car.
The 72, as he has left the track.
Let's try to give him a rundown, Barry. It's Billy Moyer.
Right on his bumper.
Good third is Shannon Babb. Good run for him. Fourth is Randall Chuck. Fifth, Bob Pierce. Sixth, Scott Bloomquist. Seventh, Tim Hitt. Eighth, Ray Cook. Tim Hitt in ninth.
Steve Francis.
No, that's the 0 car of
Chris Patterson.
In 10th. 11th is Doug McCameron in the 92. Then it's Bart Hartman, John Gill, Gary Stuhler, and apparently Steve Francis.
That was Steve Francis rather than Patterson.
Yes, check that. That was
Steve Francis is running 10th.
Well, that's that. We're ready to go for the final 20 laps here.
And that was correct. I could barely make the number out, but it was John Racing Mason.
Here they come. Moyer leads them to the trap, and we're off.
Moyer is getting through 1 and 2 so much smoother than Lanigan right now.
Could have been the worst thing to happen to the second, third place car, because Moyer seems to be very, very
Look at Babb. Look at Shannon Babb.
That's right, but Moyer seems to be very, very fast. And here goes Babb in the second. They touch a little bit. Babb goes low on Lanigan. But Moyer seems to be a lot quicker out of lap traffic there.
Moyer is so smooth coming out of 2 that he just pulls away from them.
First, second, and third you're looking at right there.
Randall Chuck making a run. If he could get through the lap cars, there's 2 ahead of him. Blomquist trying to get around the tall, cool one. And he taps him to let him know he's there.
They'll have time, most likely, to get back into lap traffic. It could be really close here at the end there.
Moyer's pulling away.
Yeah, he's so much faster with a clear track in front of him. It kind of spells bad news, but now they're staying with him. He may have 10 car lengths on him. Talking about Lanigan and Shannon Babb. Randall Chubb holding on to 4th.
Bob Pierce still running 5th. Scott Bloomquist 6th. I think Lanigan is pulling away a little bit from Babb.
I believe he is, Barry. I believe he is. He's actually now closing in on the 21 car of Billy Moyer.
He is trying to reel him in.
Lanigan's not through yet. Running him down. Lanigan running down the 21 of Moyer. Or Moyer may be saving his cars a little bit. He knows he's got a good lead.
Moyer's strong. Coming out of 2 is his strongest point on the track. He jumps off that turn where, look what an advantage he's got going down the back straight.
Chuck still right behind the 99 of Moran and the 89 of Barnett. Can't get around them to put any pressure on the first, second, third place car.
Randall Chubb a solid fourth. Fifth, Bob Pierce, still sixth, Scott Blumquist. Tim Hitt runs seventh.
Moyer now back in the lap traffic, and him and the 5 car gets together, and Moyer sneaks on around him.
And Flanagan will clear him also.
Now here's what I was talking about, Barry. They've caught up with lap traffic, and this is where Flanagan and Bab both caught up with him a while ago. And they're given the 5 laps to go. I believe there's only 5 laps left.
Maybe not enough time, Ken. As Flanagan goes in hard in 3. But look at Bab.
5 to go.
Look at Bab.
This
He's
can
right
tighten
back
up.
in.
And it can tighten up real quick. Flanagan now right on the bumper of Billy Moyer.
Flanagan may make a move here.
He may go high. He don't have no time. He's got to.
He goes low. That was the wrong choice.
Here comes Bab. And Flanagan looks low. And
Super choice by Moyer, maybe not.
There
If
goes
Flanagan cleared him also.
There's your top 3 right there. And Moyer, Flanagan, and Shannon Bab.
Flanagan still right with him.
Flanagan caught him in lap traffic, and let's see if Moyer can pull away. He's got
White flag next time around.
I believe we got 2 laps to go. 1 this time under. Let's see. Here's the white flag. Here's the white flag.
Billy Moyer takes the white.
This is
Flanagan
it.
with him.
If Flanagan's going to do it, he's got to do it now. As Billy Moyer down the backstretch into turn 3. Coming out of turn 4.
We'll pick up the check for $100,000.
Flanagan, Bab, and 4th is Randall Chubb. 5th is Pierce.
Bob Pierce, 6th, Scott Blumquist. As they cross, we'll pick up the others. Running 7th was Tim Hitt, Ray Cook 8th, and 9th was Steve Francis. Chris Patterson runs 10. That's your top 10.
So I'm out of breath, Barry. As what a great race. You know, Moyer started way back in his heat, way back. He had to come through, and he transferred over by finishing 2nd. I believe he started like 12th or 13th in his heat race, moved all the way up through it. He had a terrible qualifying time last night. Very uncharacteristic of Billy Moyer to even do that here. And he might have been kind of overlooked, Barry, throughout the day, and as all the pundits were sitting around looking at all the heat races and so forth. But you can't never rule him out. He can start dead last and come all the way through and win. There's no doubt about it. He's one of the great ones, if not the greatest. A great driver.
Darrell Lanigan, Randall Chubb with a super run with a 4th place finish.
5th was Bob Pierce.
6th was Scott Blumquist. 7th was Tim Hitt.
I believe he was 7th. After you get past Blumquist, I think it was him. And then the 15th of Francis, I think he may have been about
I think
8th.
Ray Cook may have finished ahead of Francis.
But it gets a little thin. We'll give you a complete starting lineup when we can, as soon as we get it. There's not starting lineup, finishing order. But what a race. What a race here. $100,000 now goes to the winner, Billy Moyer Jr., driving for the GVS Gulf Val team out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And that's the 2nd time, Barry, that team has won this race. They won the first one when Freddie Smith was the driver. So
That's
no
exactly
stranger,
right. So
no stranger to Victor Lane. That team's not.
And especially now They're running a 2-car team with the modern cowboy John Gill in the G21.
And I believe John Gill come up through the field and finished.
He was a lap down, Ken.
He was a lap down, but I still think he finished maybe 15th or 16th. So a good run for the Mitchell, Indiana native John Gill.
Decent run for Ray Cook, as we saw some good cars get lapped quickly.
Very, very quickly. And Moyer, he done everything right tonight. He started in 10th and quickly worked his way up. He led after, I'm going to say, 10 or 15 laps, pulled away from the field. The only time they could even get close to him was in lap traffic, and it really didn't do him no good then, Barry, as he just absolutely worked it like a master he is. Billy Moyer Jr., your winner.
We're going to stay with you a couple more minutes here till Billy Moyer, as he's
well, he has weighed in. Let's tell that to him, Barry.
He has
weighed in, so he's legal. It is official now.
So he'll pick up the big check for $100,000. Your winner, Billy Moyer Jr., strong challenge from Darrell Lanigan. And the only thing that could have been better about tonight would have been the weather. Super night of racing.
You know, I didn't pay much to it during the feature here.
No, I didn't. It warmed up quite a bit.
What racing? We love it.
Let me tell you, if you have never seen the Dream or the World 100, you are missing something. And as always, we appreciate you joining us. We thank all our fine sponsors for making this possible. To you, our viewers and listeners, for Ken Fugit and Brian Lee, I am Barry Boyd, and we're bidding you good evening from Eldora Speedway.
Let's turn this way, Billy. Congratulations to you. This has got to be something for you.
I don't know that.